Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good time zone. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We're in the fifth and final case, which we know is the final case this time in this game. So, and we're heading to court today. Actually, that's going to be interesting because I'm not sure quite how much evidence we actually have to try and defend Lana Skye. So let's jump in. I also don't know what trial form it is, maybe a new mechanic that we're going to be introduced to. February 23rd, 9:34 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of grey areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big grey area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Skye, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is? You're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Maybe not all by himself then. February 23rd, 10 AM, District Court, Courtroom Number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Ms. Lana Skye. I swear the judge's voice changes every time I do it. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. Yeah, like feelings for your boyfriend, Mr. Edgeworth. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Ms. Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. Ah, and for you, I have a Fiesta bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? Ah, and you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Starr. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well. Witness, please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. Hurry it up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honour, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean? That was Gumshoe's voice. Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Starr was a detective? Aha! I know who you are. Cough up. Cough up Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Starr. Just who is this lady? The murderer, that's who. That's my guess, anyway. If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. Prosecutor's office is something I'm struggling to say very fast here. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutors' spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans added to the court record. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Starr. Hey, you're not meant to take sides yet. Wait, are they talking about me? Yes, they are, Phoenix. Witness's account. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend, and I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finally home detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm a bit tired today. It's been a long day. Before recording this. And also, this is coming up a day late because I got distracted by other games. Which I put on Twitter, but this should be up on Sunday, so... Happy Easter if you celebrate, I guess. Happy Sunday if you don't. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. We have literally no evidence other than one testimony. That's not enough. Come on, people. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Witness's account. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. Let's see if we get punished for pressing. I don't think we will. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. I'll press on everything. Just as a matter of course. This boyfriend, he's the detective? Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend? You have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. Oh, Jesus. The security guard room is in the lot, in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That will be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Ooh. Excuse me, yawning again. Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed the crime. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. You sensed something, so you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like... how would you say? Oh yes, it was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. A young cheese? A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience, on the street. A greenhorn. Then I must be hard yellowed and sharp as tack. Yeah, with the odour of an old cheese to match. In any case, in the lot I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. The urge to murder him. Through the wire fence I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. By garish car you mean... Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? Indeed, it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, are you sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms, ergo, you're a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph? You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Crime photo added to the court record. That is unmistakably Lana Skye. So what was the defendant doing at the time? The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. Well, I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg, I mean a person. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So the defendant was holding a knife, what then? Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. You did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Unfortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late? Yes, the next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Ms. Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. Somehow I always knew it. Okay. We've got Goodman's ID card. We've got that trophy, we've got the knife. I don't know why we have the Blue Badger panel as as evidence, but we do. Right, let's check this photo. Oh, we can't, like, properly check this. And this is the parking lot. Okay. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Okay. We've had that before. So there's something that's a contradiction. I don't think that can be contradicted. I don't think any of this can. Through the wire fence. My only thing is, at the moment, the photograph... Oh, it is through a wire fence. I hadn't noticed that. Damn it, that was my only line of reasoning. Was going to be, the photograph wasn't taken through a wire fence. Right, let's check this. We've got... Oh, we can check some of them. No need to push this again. Okay. What's wrong? You look like I do during finals. Never mind, it's nothing. Okay. Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know? Okay. So that's stuff that we had probably done before. Right, let's see if there is more stuff that we can examine closer then. Not that one, clearly. Okay, we've seen that one before. I'm a little bit stumped here. Let's have a look at this, I guess, because we've got the thing on the bottom which we've checked. Check that one. It's annoying that because I've reloaded the game, it doesn't have the check marks on the words. It doesn't have the check marks on the things that I've already checked out. Oh, that's just the blade. There's nothing else on here, I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else I'm missing, honestly. There is no knife in this photo. So let's save. I have no confidence in myself right now, but first thought is to present the photo. And you witnessed this? You saw Miss Skye stab the victim with the knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This was the photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Skye not holding a knife? Okay, I was right. I had zero confidence that that would work, but we got something. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the Chief Prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. Ah, yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? Ugh, you got a better idea? Objection. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture in the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it. If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Skye was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the Chief Prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, are those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Wow. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, a serious offence. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves, of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the Chief Prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Or she came from an autopsy. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. I'm sure it was, Ms. Killer. Yeah. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Ms. Starr. This is bad. She's got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. Again, Emma. Thanks. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Star's test. Oh, okay. I think we need to go to the premeditated bit and present something there. I think we present this, but I don't know. This feels really weak. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna save and then take that. Oh, take that one as my option. It's probably not going to work. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. No, it doesn't. Okay. Skip through this. My guess, so this is not connected to exactly what we're doing right now, but my guess is that on her coat was the paint from this thingy, rather than blood. We can try the cell phone as well. Nope. This might be a present everything to try and figure it out. This is going to be something awful, like it's a double, like we present this one again. I don't think so, right? I don't know what else would... Let's try it, just in case the game's trying to bamboozle us. Don't think it's gonna work. Damn it. Right, let's load. We've tried a few. I'm stumped here. I don't know if it's just because I'm a bit tired, I'm like completely missing something. Like, I don't think it can be this. We know it's not this. I don't think it's going to be that. It's not the phone. Not the ticket, not the other photo. I mean, let's try this. I can't see why it would be though. This might be one of those where we have to press things again and it gets a different cutscene or something. I don't know. But the fact that Phoenix specifically said we need to call this out. I'm just trying random things at this point. Like, if we check... Like, I don't think it would want us to present this now, but it could be the paint. Let's try this. I'm less confident in this than anything else I've done. No, okay. Right, we'll reload again. We're running out of things to present, and if it's none of them, then I don't know what to do. Because we pressed on that already. Maybe it's Edgeworth's knife. Because why would she use Edgeworth's knife if it's premeditated? That feels loose. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. Oh, because... Right, yeah, okay. No, I see where this is going. I just didn't make that connection. But because his car was only entered into the prosecutor's office at 5:12, specifically, which is like a few minutes before the murder. Okay, indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? A bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belonging to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the district, right? Mummy, are prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Skye planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. There, okay, yeah. Yeah, I missed that. Okay. I was stumped on that one. Order, order, order. Great, now the tide is turning in our favour. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Not quite yet, Emma. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Ah, the prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. Except they couldn't care less, is what he means. Just putting that out there. That's one that annoys me a little bit. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Angel's deduction. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge that knife in again and again. Oh, there's a contradiction. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. I'm going straight to the last one of this, because I... One knife wound. We're presenting this here. Like, that's a huge contradiction immediately. And if it doesn't want me to present this, I'm going to be so annoyed. It does, okay. We're good. You say she stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. You testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this. But take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha. You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness? You got the crime scene set, right? Oh, thanks. I always believed that no one could have a mistake ketchup for blood. Now I realise that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Then tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. A red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Right, this is where we start pressing on stuff. Her red muffler? Yes, like a scarf. The Chief Prosecutor always wears one around her neck. So she can easily be hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She's right. Miss Skye was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib. A judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like kindergarten sometimes. You're telling me, jeez. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. We'll press on this as well. You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, Rookie. I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she's about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. Rookie. Never interrupt a storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Something's half-baked here, alright, and it's you. Try not to confuse the defense, witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. You have no proof that Miss Skye called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Except I might. Edgeworth, thoughts? There is no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lana Skye's phone. She might have written him a letter. Come on, you could have tried public phone first, at least. In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. I want to know about this grudge that she's made up. What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Of course you don't. That's because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? How am I supposed to know? See? We agree there is a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside. A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree? I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty. This judge isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly it was. She didn't tell us. Okay. Like, I think we have to present the phone here on this one. Is she wearing... She's not wearing the red muffler in the photo, so... I think we present the picture again here. I'm going to save to be sure, because we are quite low on, like, the retries. But let's give this a go. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself. With this photograph. Edgeworth is stealing our thunder here. Huh? But that can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Damn, Edgeworth. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection, chopped liver? But it was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really. Well now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. Most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. This next testimony might just be where I pause, because let's save here, because this has been going on for a little bit. But I am going to finish up there. We'll be back at this next week to carry on the trial. That felt like a good sort of segment of the trial without having to go on for another while, because I am still quite tired. But thank you so much for watching, I really appreciate it. I got a bit stumped there in this one, and kind of had to save scum a little bit to get through it. And like, I made the connection as soon as the game pointed it out, but it was just not something that I was picking up on. But anyway, yes, thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. Hopefully I will see you all next time. I really, really think Miss Starr is the murderer here. That's my gut read on the situation. But yeah, we'll try and figure it out properly next time. Knowing my luck, we're probably going to get like 10 minutes of trial next time and then have to go and collect more evidence, because I always pause it like right before a save point anyway. That just seems to be my thing. But yes, we'll finish up this day of the trial next time and probably go collect more evidence, because that's usually how it works. And then hopefully in a couple more episodes we will be able to prove Ms. Lana Skye innocent. If she is indeed. I don't think this game has cases that your defendant is actually guilty, at least I would assume not, but I don't know. But yeah, that will be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, hopefully see you next time. Bye bye.